Great, guys. So we've got the how to prepare for VARC session tonight, right? I'll be taking up your questions as well, and side by side, I have a series of slides prepared, things that I wish to discuss with you. We will take up all the topics as I've said previously as well. We'll take up all questions related to particular topics when we have the particular slides, right? And we'll try to get through the whole session today. Treat this as kind of an orientation as well for you. What is it that you need to do for VARC? Some of these things you would all be already aware of. Some of the things would be new to you. Some of the things that are required of you. There will be small little insights, small little tips which are going to help you refine the way you are preparing for VARC. Right? The objective is to have some sort of communication, and obviously I would welcome all your questions, but we'll move in a structured manner. That is what we're going to do. So before we get started, right, with the actual slides, right, the first discussion point for us, all of you are, there is a basic reasoning that can be carried out here. All of you are attending this session primarily because you've got issues with VARC, right? So that is the reason why you are here. The very purpose of your attending this session is that you have issues with VARC, otherwise you would not have been here, right? So that's a common between all of you. Now, as far as the problems, I think all of us know the problems are. RCs are the biggest possible challenge, right? The context of so many passages is alien in nature. It's at times tough to understand it. It's tough to make sense of it. Language structures pose a lot of problem. Vocabulary poses a lot of problems. At times we are just not able to understand the meaning of the sentences, and that's when we drop off. That's when our energy goes down. That's when we are not able to maintain our focus. So all these issues related to RCs and reading. Then there is time pressure, right? You have the timer running. You have to finish everything in 60 minutes. You have to finish the 34 questions. That the time limit also plays havoc with your attempt in the section. Without a timer, without any time limit, if you are given 3 hours to solve the same set of questions, you will gradually read, reread, analyze, pick and identify on things and be able to answer the questions, right? So these are all the various issues that you face. Then obviously you have parajumbles without answer options, which are terrible questions, right? Literally we find it extremely difficult to have any sort of accuracy in these questions. So these are all common issues that all of us face. They all boil down to the fact that it's tough to comprehend these tough passages. It's tough to make sense of them. Language, there are genuine language issues, there are comprehension issues, there are retention issues, vocabulary issues, all these common ailments that all of you are facing, right? These are the common problems that we have. Now, if you look at the solutions, now this is where it's going to sound slightly silly, right? Slightly childish. What is the one single way to improve RCs, right? The one single way to improve RCs is you solve a lot of them. It's as simple as that, right? It sounds silly, but that is what it is about, right? All of us, we make this pledge that from tomorrow onwards I will start solving 3, 4, 5 RCs a day. We also do it for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and then we kind of give up, right? We don't see any improvement happening, and then we give up, and we don't stick to that habit, right? Next, only way to improve reading, you read as much as you can. So two things that you have to do is you have to solve a lot of RCs, you have to read a lot, and you cannot question this process. You have to stick to it, right? Parajumbles, you don't worry about them. You should not worry about them. Parajumbles without answer options as well. As long as you're improving your reading, it's sorted. Anyways, that's an ambiguous question type. Vocabulary and language issues, ultimately, I think all of you would agree with me. Vocabulary and language issues are also a factor of the amount of reading that you do. So if you read a lot, you start setting things right. Now, one simple question to all of you. I think all of you know all these things, right? So all of you are aware of this is what is expected of you. This is what is required of you. We know these things. The problem is, as with anything else in life, the execution part, right? The execution is the tough part. So that's where we generally falter, right? And that's where we generally things go wrong for us, right? So execution is the key challenge here. Asta and Shrey, just give me a couple of minutes. We'll get down to the RC slide and reading slide. Specific questions, please tag along for specific topics, right? All areas of verbal I have put in a specific slide so that you can ask me specific questions. So that way it remains a little structured, right? I'm going to ask you for questions, right? So these are all things that we know of, things that we are aware of, things that we are required of us. But at the end of the day, execution part, that's where we miss the mark. Now, there are some myths that are not going to help you. These are myths that I wish to dispel right at the start, and I want you to keep this in mind. A lot of you think that you will work on concepts, you will go through concept notes, you will go through some concept videos, you will go through some books, etc., etc., before you start solving RCs, before you start solving questions for VA. Please, please, please do not do this. Do not wait for anything. You need to start solving RCs immediately on a daily basis. Thing number one. Thing number two, how many of you are not taking any section tests or mocks right now? How many of you are avoiding mocks and section tests? Please give honest answers. You feel you are not ready for them? So this is the next myth. Irrespective of whatever your preparation level is, you are absolutely supposed to take section tests and mocks, right? If not, the thing is, Neha, it's a very vicious cycle. So if you guys feel, Shrey, Neha, if you guys feel that I'm not ready, I'm not prepared for it, you will end up in this loop, this cycle, right? You will keep delaying it, right? We will keep you will keep pushing it back, and then you'll realize that you run out of time. Shubham, very interesting question. It's not about the topics, right? Now I will ask you one genuine question. How many RCs that you solve, right? If you've taken CAT previously, or if you've taken some tests, or if you solved some RCs, how many topics out of those that you actually know of when you solve the RC? How many do you know actually? How many things do you know? You will realize that majority of them you actually don't know, right? So that's the problem. Now, how is it that you build that knowledge? Right? There are only two ways of building that knowledge, right? You read a lot, you solve a lot of RCs. Solving RCs, taking section tests is a way of getting to know about all those topics, right? How do you solve? Now I will give you two problems here. One is the knowledge gap problem, where you have genuine constraints with respect to the knowledge you have. You do not have understanding of those topics are alien to you. What you're supposed to do for that is, once you take the test, you are supposed to go back to the passage, research those terms, Wikipedia, Quora, YouTube, go understand those things, right? Increase your knowledge. That's thing number one. Thing number two, and this is a very major challenge that all of you face, is this challenge is the number of attempts in the exam, right? So most of you would generally, what would happen is, you would be struggling with the speed with which you solve. You'll be stuck at 20 attempts, 18 attempts, 22 attempts, 15 attempts in the paper, and you would not be able to increase those attempts. Now, unless and until you take a lot of section tests, you take those tests for 1 hour where you push yourself to solve as many questions as you can, you will not get into that habit of being able to focus and concentrate, right? So it's almost like we are kidding ourselves here by saying that I should not take these tests, right? Because right now I'm not prepared for them, I'll get back to them later. Now the only problem is, by the time you start taking these tests, it gets a little too late. So it's a very vicious cycle. Verbal, guys, trust me, mathematics, there are concepts that you learn. For example, you learn algebra, you learn geometry, you learn PNC and probability, you learn all those different things, right? Now, when you learn all those different things, right, you can practically put them in practice in the exam. In VARC, what is it that you are learning, right? You are essentially increasing your knowledge every time you solve an RC or you take a test, right? So while solving RCs, while taking tests, you yourself are fulfilling the purpose of preparation itself. So it's the taking of the test itself is preparation itself, guys. So just completely alter your framework, alter your approach. Remember, I keep telling this to all my students. Is someone going to come to you next year, right? Once you're done with your preparation in next May, he's going to come and ask you, what did you score in section test 1? What did you score in mock 1? Is anyone ever going to ask you that? Do these scores matter also? Why do you need that validation? Right? You are taking these tests for improvement. So do not be scared of them. Take those tests. Ojasvi, your question, you feel you are not improving vocabulary. Now, when would you feel, my reverse question is, would 2 weeks of learning words help you improve in box? Will you feel that you've learned sufficient number of words? I don't think so. 2 weeks are going to help you. 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, you'll realize that the process of learning is very slow and gradual, right? VARC is a process. And secondly, now majority of the passages that you read, even though vocabulary might be tough, vocabulary is going to pose you a challenge. You will learn by reading those passages. Second, what you will do is you are going to you can infer the meaning from the context itself, right? You can do both those things, right? So it's going, you again, taking the test itself is going to help you learn those things. Rahul, where your accuracy is very low, where you've not understood the passage itself, you should go back and revise the passage, right? Shubham, the science fiction passages that you get are generally not, these are not based on science itself. Once you have a cursory process, right? Once you have gone through a certain number of topics, if you've read a few short books, read Time Machine by G. Wells, read a couple of books by Isaac Asimov, just read a couple of science fiction books, read a little bit of Scientific American, right? Just go through those terms. Once you get familiar with those terms, you will get acquainted with them, right? So this is not about none of the topics. So for example, even with philosophy, psychology, sociology, the RCs that you get, right? Those do not expect you to be, right? They do not expect you to be a master's in psychology or philosophy. They expect you to have a cursory understanding of psychology or philosophy or sociology or science. Once you have that basic understanding, you are sorted. So don't really worry about the level that is going to be asked, right? Gauravi, the thing is, you should follow the process of elimination. You should argue with the explanation. You should try to figure out, you should fight with it, that option A, B, C, D, why is it correct? Why is it incorrect, right? Always try to do that, right? If you read, generally most of us, what we do is we passively read the solution and we say, yeah, this is right, this makes sense, and you move on to the next question, right? So then you will obviously you will not be able to, once you passively move on to the next question, you will not be able to engage with the question. Don't do that, right? Question, challenge the explanation. Guys, let me finish this presentation, then RC related questions, I'll take those up, right? Rahul, simple question is, if you have only 6 months left, what choice do you have? If you are going to think of that you have only 6 questions, right? So if you only have 6 months, you have to prepare in those 6 months, right? Then there is no other way of preparation. Then there is no other way of looking at it. Rather than looking at it only 6 months, you have 6 months, give it your best shot. As simple as that, right? Guys, just wait for a couple of minutes. Please send messages to all panelists and attendees. People will not be able to see your messages, then they'll not be able to see what is being discussed. So please do that, right? Hold on to your questions for a couple of minutes, RC related questions. Again, let me finish this. Let me finish this particular slide. When we have the RC slide, then please ask the RC related questions. I would have to put a stop to this, otherwise we will just not be able to move forward, right? So we have to get through the slides as well. That is the way that there is going to be the maximum effectiveness for this session, right? I will take all your questions, please guys, one by one, right? Second, if you don't have time to read, third point, right? You have to figure out time. Read in breaks, read whenever you do not have, whenever there is a break, whenever you are bored from something, whenever you are taking breaks between subjects. Don't make reading a task, but try to read as much as you can. You have to find time to read. You have to increase your knowledge base at all costs, right? One more myth is that we don't need to work on your vocabulary, right? Thing is, CAT does not have vocabulary based questions. CAT does not have questions which are directly based on vocabulary. But at the end of the day, the only reason for working on vocabulary and improving your word power is it increases your ability to comprehend text, right? So that is why you should learn words. That is why you should focus on vocabulary. That's the purpose of learning words. So these are 4 myths, guys. Please completely dispel them. Start solving RCs immediately. Start solving VA tests. Please attack section tests. Do not worry about them. Set this as the baseline, the benchmark, right? It's going to set the baseline. Does not matter if you score 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Does not matter at all. If you do not have time to read, please, please, please make sure you put in that effort, right? Next thing is, if you think you don't need to focus on your vocabulary, keep in mind that you're working on your vocabulary not for questions itself, but for making sure that you are in a better position to comprehend RCs and articles, right? So that finishes 4 myths that you should completely dispel, that you should completely throw out of the window, right? Coming to the next slide, right? The absolute basics of preparation, guys. After this, there is going to be the RC slide. So I'm not answering any of RC and reading related questions. All of you, those of you who've asked these questions, please just wait for a second. Let me get through this slide, and then next slide we focus on reading, then the next slide on RCs. That's when you ask those questions. Swati, your question is related to vocabulary. I'll answer it when we have the vocabulary slide, right? What is it that you keep in mind for the absolute basics for your preparation? You are going to put in effort for consistent and diverse reading. Guys, how many articles do you read on a daily basis? Honest answers here, quickly. How many articles are you reading on a daily basis? 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, right? Great job. So one simple thing, make sure you try to push yourself to read at least 3 to 4 articles a day. Be very, very regular with it. Ask yourself genuinely this question: how many of you do it on a regular basis, right? And how many of you do it on a daily basis, right? Do not lie to yourself, right? You guys would know the honest answer. Also, one more request, guys: messages to all panelists and attendees, right? Please don't send messages to all panelists. Please send them to all panelists and attendees. So make sure you take up consistent and diverse reading. We discuss reading in the next slide. You build your knowledge base. So I'm giving you very, very simple maths, right? Very, very simple maths, right? If you're reading only to markets and finance, great, that's your interest area, but try to diversify your reading, right? Push yourself to do so, right? Neha, that is what we do in the course. We curate articles, right, and we give it on a daily basis, right? We curate 9 articles a day and we provide them. Now, building your knowledge base. What do I mean by it, right? So I'll take one very basic set of maths. So if you read 3 diverse articles a day, right? If you read 3 articles a day, and if you read them for the next 180 days regularly, right? Now the trick has to be that you read them on diverse topics, different topics. How many different pieces of information that you will take in, guys? Simple mathematics, right? How many pieces of information that you consume? On a very, very basic level, you consume something like 500 plus 540 pieces of information. Now, if you solve 3 to 4 RCs a day regularly as well, and if you do this for the next 6 months, another 500 plus pieces of information. Total, you can probably now absorb 1000 plus pieces of information. Remember, our human brain, it works much better if you look at things mathematically, if you put a number to it, right? Rather than just looking at pure and simple words. So if you are going to take in 1000 plus pieces of information on different topics, what is it that is going to happen? What is it that you will be doing? You will just increase the probability that something out of these 1000 pieces of information is going to feature in the exam. That's one thing that you are going to do. The second thing that you are going to do is you will become very, very comfortable with reading a lot of different topics, a lot of different things, right? So that is something that you need to do. Whenever you are reading, whenever you are solving a test, whenever you are reading new things, wherever you feel that why are you reading this, remember the human brain is a tricky beast, right? So whenever you are doing something, so for example, this must be happening to all of you every night. Before we sleep, we tell ourselves we are going to have the absolute best day tomorrow. We are going to put in the best possible effort tomorrow, and when we actually get down to study, next day your human mind begins to question yourself. Should I be reading this article? Should I be doing this? Is this actually useful? Right? We begin to question ourselves, and then all of a sudden a video pops up on Facebook or YouTube, and we're like, this is interesting. Yeah, this is funny. I should watch it. 5 minutes break is done. I can do that. 5 minutes only. And then that 5 minutes, it becomes, that 5 minutes becomes 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and then you have your guilt trap sets in. Now most of us, our way of releasing our guilt is we go and attack food, we start eating, we start hogging food. That kind of gives us, it's a guilty pleasure, right? And the day has gone down the drain once again. We watched a couple of episodes of our favorite series, we watched YouTube videos, we watched dog and cat videos, we've gone through memes, and the day is gone, right? So that is what happens with us. So please guys, don't do this to yourself, right? This is us. Anita, this is not you. This is all of us. This is what our collective consciousness is at this point of time. And frankly speaking, the lockdown has made it worse. Most of us thought that we'll be staying at home. We will have a lot of time to study, but actually we had a greater amount of time to watch cat and dog videos, right? That is what we did. Just the simplest possible solution here is, why do we fail? That's the question that you've got to ask yourself. Why is it that we fail? The very reason we fail is before going to sleep, we give ourselves these amazing crazy targets for tomorrow, where we tell ourselves we are going to set the world right tomorrow, right? And that does not happen, right? We do not set the world right tomorrow, right? And because we've set these unrealistic expectations for ourselves, we've actually set ourselves up for failure the next day, right? The simplest possible way to change your habits and get into a better routine is have the simplest possible targets for tomorrow. 3 simple things that you are going to accomplish today, even if it means just 1 hour of studying. Make sure you finish those 3 things tomorrow. Day after, 4 things. 5 things. Get into that routine, right? So instead of getting a kick from watching those videos or gorging on food, you get a kick from completing your targets. That's how you make a gradual shift, and you've changed from low productivity to high productivity. Simplest solution in the world. Simplify, lower your targets, lower your expectations for yourself, stop blaming yourself, right? If you do that, you will be sorted, right? Shrey, please send your message to all panelists and attendees, right? I'll only answer questions then, because otherwise people don't know what I'm talking about. Next is you build your knowledge base, consistent and diverse readings. Then you put in a lot of intense practice, individual tests, section tests. Build on this habit. Don't have to attack 10 RCs tomorrow itself. Start with 1 or 2 RCs, then keep building about it. Do not worry about individual test scores, mock scores. No one is ever going to ask you what your scores are. What did you score in a particular test? Scores will follow, but you have to focus on the process. Guys, these are the 4 words that I want everyone to remember. Just make these words your go-to words. You read, you practice, you analyze, you repeat, right? You constantly do this. You stick to this single process, right? You read, practice, analyze, repeat. It's the cycle. You do not question this. You do not question your scores. You just keep on focusing on this and keep doing it, right? So these are the absolute basics of preparation that you have to keep in mind. Now coming to reading, right? And all your questions, guys, now this is the time for reading and RC related questions. I will take them up one by one. Let me answer the questions which have already been posed. I'll just go through this slide, then answer your questions, then you can post new questions. Otherwise I will miss out on the questions, right? I want to answer everyone's question, guys. So just be kindly be a little patient, right? So that I can answer everyone. One thing, guys, is you read regularly and diverse sources. You engage with the article. This I'm giving you a simplest, shortest possible tip of engaging with the article. That's just one simple thing that you have to do. Every paragraph you read, you just ask yourself, what is the main point of the paragraph? What is the subject of the paragraph, right? What is it talking about? That is it. That is all you have to ask of every paragraph you read in an article, and all these key ideas should be retained from it. There was one of the questions asked previously, I don't remember who asked it, where the person had said that they forget the article after a week. You forget the content after a week. Does not matter. You are not in any way focusing on facts. This is not about remembering facts, right? This is about increasing understanding. So if you can develop a worldview, if you can, for example, if the article is based on UK politics or US politics, if you've understood how it works, you do not need to remember the facts. Just does not matter, right? Second, do not make reading a core. Do not write it down in your diaries. I need to do 5 articles tomorrow. This is a task. I need to put in a lot of effort. Don't do that. Whenever you have spare time, whenever you feel the need, read one article. That's it. Instead of watching a video, instead of watching a meme video, just read one article instead. Simplest substitution in the world, right? Broaden your horizon, different sources, right? Read from as many sources as possible. This is something that you have to do. Now going through the questions one by one, I'm answering all your questions, guys. Just refrain from posting before I answer all these questions, right? Shrey's question is that he's reading someone else's recommended articles, 6,000, 7,000 words, read one article a day. The thing is, Shrey, do things which if that is working for you, if that's improving your knowledge, if that is what is solving your problem, great, keep doing it, right? There's no point debating what is right and what is wrong. To each his own way of doing it. I look at things very, very simply. Reading a 7,000, 8,000 word article, it probably is going to push you a lot. It's going to saturate you a lot. Again, it's not about consuming a lot of content, right? It's not about consuming a lot of reading up a lot of those details. Those facts are not important, right? Rather, what is it that you should be doing? Well, just understand the gist of it, what the topic is talking about. So after, say, a couple of thousand words, if you do that, great, fair enough. You've achieved what you wanted to from that particular article, right? Working in sense of your scores are improving, you're making that improvement in terms of tangibles, and that is what is working off, right? What type of articles you should read? You should read as many diverse articles as you can. Search of articles on philosophy, psychology, sociology, science. Attack topics one by one. Do these different things, right? From newspapers, editorials and opinion articles is all you need to be focused on, nothing fact based, right? So that is something that you should be doing. How to manage time with VRC with other sections for LRDI and cons? The simplest way of time management is either you can focus on studying particular subjects on particular days, right? Or you can do all 3 subjects. Decide what works for you. Decide the basic minimum amount of things that you have to do it every day, right? Once you've done that, you've decided those basic minimum things, guys, I am requesting all of you, please let me answer all these questions, then only post new questions. This is virtually impossible otherwise, right? So I cannot even scroll those questions down before I've answered, right? So it's like it's just a request, right? So it's going to get harder otherwise. There's no point in rushing through, right? I'll be short of breath ultimately. So I'm answering each and every one of your questions, right? So just take it a little slow, right? We are going through everything. So as far as time management goes, as simple as that, right? Nishant, if you 6 months to go reading novels, only if you have time. If you're a working professional, if you are strictly, if you have that limitation of time, avoid reading novels. That's the whole thing. Sources of reading, a lot of you have asked me already. I think all of you would already know of this source. Aeon is something that you guys would already be referring to, right? Then you can refer to Al Daily, right? Refer to the best websites. You'll get free articles on all these websites, right? Or obviously all websites have, most of the websites have gone paid. So you refer to Aeon, you refer to Guardian, you refer to Al Daily, you then refer to Scientific American, Economist, New Yorker, New York Times, Atlantic, right? These are all the different sources. You'll get 5 articles. The Time magazine, you'll get 5 articles free on each website. So you can refer to these different websites, as simple as that, right? I'll just put up a list of these websites and novels. There is already a blog that I've written, 50 novels that you need to read, a list of my favorite 50 odd books, right? I've put up that reading list on the website. Plus there is also a list of sources. I'll just share those links, right? Gaurav, if you have time, right? Only when you have time. If you have time, then read novels. If you don't, you should not. GMAT Club RCs and RC99. Gaurav, I'm just clubbing these two questions. These are both sources for GMAT based RCs. One, the nature and style of GMAT based RCs is slightly different from CAT RCs. That is one constraint that you guys will face, right? Are those RCs good? You can, right? So you can solve them if you have time, then, but they should have sufficient explanations. You should be convinced with those explanations, right? That is something that is required. If you have the ability to discuss them, if you have the ability to sufficient explanations, you can use them, right? Anuja, your question is? Very simply, what you can do is you can note down a few of these questions, right? Rather than you can note down these points. Do it for 1 article a day. Don't do it for more than that. Other than it will take too much time, right? And then if it takes too much time, you're going to get bored of it and you're going to quit the activity. So if you are noting down main points for every paragraph, limit it to 1 point a paragraph, 1 or 2 things that the paragraph is saying. Do it for 1 article a day. That is all. Now gradually shift from doing this mentally to doing this orally. Make that gradual shift, right? First you should do it, write it down, and then you should start noting them down. Bhavika, use Word Pandit. We run a course for that, 1000 plus RCs, right? So it's a little strange, guys, that this is a session which is being run by Word Pandit. Word Pandit runs a course with 1000 plus RCs. So if you are going to ask me the source for it, the answer is going to be Word Pandit, right? Simple, basic reasoning. Lakshman, the RCs that came from, those were very, very diverse, psychology, science, etc., etc. So those were different RCs. Asta, it's a decent source. Again, some of the explanations, some of the questions are dicey, so you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Read a few editorials a day. Neha, again, this is not about, whenever you read, guys, it is not about facts. It is absolutely not about facts. It's about understanding what is happening. You don't have to remember any facts in what you read, right? So in case you don't have to read any facts, Asta, the source for RCs is Word Pandit, right? Simple and direct answers, right, guys? We run a course specifically for that. Moving on to the next slide, guys. Regular RC practice is super important, right? Irrespective of that, please make sure that you solve 2 to 3 RCs a day. One more thing is, whatever material that you've nailed down, you finalize. Please do not hold material, right? Do not collect material, right? And do not keep adding on stuff. Most of us are in the habit of collecting a lot of these materials. We keep getting these Google Drive links, we keep getting these PDFs, we keep collecting this material, but there is no what happens with most of these links is we actually don't consume them, right? So if we don't consume them, what is the point of collecting material? One thing that you should solve, or most definitely solve, is please solve all previous year CAT RCs, right? You've got those available from CAT 1990 onwards. They are part of the course as well, but you will easily get them as well, right? So please make sure that you solve all those previous year CAT RCs. They are terrific exercise, right? So those would be 100 and 120 RCs. So please do that. CAT 2017, 18, 19, you should take them as section tests. So please do that, right? So we will obviously do that. So that is something that you have to keep in mind, right, guys, for RCs as well, right? I'll just explain the course at the end of the class, right? Because then what will happen is I think it's more important to get through all the slides and communicate all the information to you, right? And then we'll have 5 minutes of promotion for the course. Those of you who wish to stick back can go through that, right, as well. So I'll do that. Next thing, guys, for vocabulary, I'll just quickly go through the slides now, right? I will give you quick pointers. What is it that you have to do, right? We'll have specific sessions, free sessions for approach for vocabulary. We'll have one detailed free session for this. We'll hold those in detail as well, and we'll keep this WhatsApp group for just notifications, right? So we'll not keep it for active discussions. Whenever we hold a free session, we're going to invite you for the same, right? One, depend upon contextual vocabulary. Contextual vocabulary is the words that you discover while reading. Vinamr, instead of saying word power made easy is the most important, actually contextual vocabulary is the most important. The words that you discover while reading, those are the most critical ones, right? So set yourself a daily limit, whatever you are comfortable with, 5, 7, 8, 10. Do not in any case go beyond 15. The words that you are going to note down, preferably makes flashcards. Just take a flippable diary or some cards, right? Write down the word on the front page and the meaning, synonyms, and one sentence example for the word, right? Just create this, and at the end of the week revise all the words that you've learned, right? Make these flashcards for yourself. Remember, each one of you is at a different level, so your vocabulary quotient, what you find tough, is going to be different from each other. So make these flashcards for yourself, right? Next is identify your method of learning words, right? Whether you want to learn words from context, whether you want to learn words from word roots, whether you want to use the word Pandit app, all these different things, that is totally dependent upon you, right? So try to identify what is your method of learning words, right? At the end of the session, I'll also share some links on the WhatsApp group for the different free vocabulary sections we have. 2 books I recommend for vocabulary. One is Word Power Made Easy. I think all of you would already have it, right? I'm sure all of you have Word Power Made Easy, and most of you have attempted and you've not completed it, right? And the second book is 6 Weeks to Words of Power, right? So I find the second book to be more interesting. It's by Wilfred Funk. That's the book that I enjoy more, right? So in our course, we cover both these books. We'll assign these as homework to you. We'll give you study notes, study revision tests, as well as revision videos for these books, so that whatever you go through in these books, you can revise those words with the help of these two. 30 Days to Improve Vocabulary is also good, right? Norman Lewis, based on the same concept as 6 Weeks to Words of Power. Personally, I like this more. This is by Wilfred Funk. Right? Between 30 Days to Improve Vocab and Word Power Made Easy, there is a huge overlap. 6 Weeks to Words of Power, you'll find something new to learn. Right? Different author, more to learn. So that's something that you have to do for vocabulary. Vocabulary, guys, those of you who are only targeting CAT, remember you should then spend majority of your time on contextual vocabulary, right? Because your vocabulary is going to be dependent upon what you reading. That is what is critical for you, nothing else, right? So that is something that you should be focusing on. Next thing, reasoning, guys. One very, very important point: CAT does not have critical reasoning questions, right? So all of you would know that CAT does not have direct critical reasoning questions, but you should absolutely solve critical reasoning questions. Where do you get them? You've got truckloads of GMAT material where you'll easily get critical reasoning questions. Please solve as many of them as you can. Ballpark figure 100 to 150 questions, right? And you should try to solve these questions. These are going to help you improve your reasoning skills. Lakshman, I specifically said CAT does not have it, right? NMAT has critical reasoning questions, ZAT has critical reasoning questions. So this direct implications for those questions. Yes, non-CAT exams will have questions. MHCET would have, if it they keep changing small little changes in patterns, but the level is easier. So non-CAT exams have a lot of, that's why I said written right at the end, non-CAT exams have a lot of diversity in reasoning topics. Some of them have syllogism, some of them have logical consistency, some of them have non-verbal reasoning. So all those topics are from a non-CAT perspective, right? The three topics which feature in CAT: misfit sentences, the odd one out, para jumbles without options, para summary. These are all reading driven topics. So if you read well, you should be preparing, you should be in a good position to prepare for these topics. 100 to 150 questions in terms of practice material should be absolutely fine. You can solve them at a later stage, right? That is something that you can do. Lakshman, it depends upon your target area, right? Asta, I will not delve into NMAT because we'll just go off into a different direction, right? We'll also have a free session for NMAT preparation, right? So I hope I'm not disappointing anyone, but the fact of the matter remains then we'll never be able to get through this class, right, if we keep diverging off into different directions. Just going back to the previous slide, contextual vocabulary is or just be what you discover while reading. So for example, you read a newspaper article, you discover 5 words to read, right? So that is where you so you identify those words, right? You make flashcards of those. That is what contextual vocabulary is. Yep, Neha, TCR, I teach it in a lot of detail, right? It's actually one of my favorite topics. So I absolutely love critical reasoning, right? It's wonderfully logical as well. So a lot of fun to teach as well. So this is your approach for reasoning, guys. One optional area of preparation is grammar. Grammar, if you're only preparing for non-CAT exams, then you have to prepare for it. How many of you are seriously taking non-CAT exams, guys? So those of you who are, right, I will it's my promise to all of you that I will take one session each for how to prepare for grammar, how to prepare for vocabulary. I think all of you would agree that this is a lot of content for a single class, right? So how to prepare for grammar in itself is a 30-35 minute session. So if we go into those details, we'll kind of struggle today. So we'll keep the CAT perspective today, and we'll have on in the coming weeks, subsequent weeks, we'll have one class for vocabulary, one for grammar. We'll have these different sessions. One starting tip for all of you: please start with the book Better English by Norman Lewis. Right, that's where you should start your grammar prep from. Now, one very simple reason why am I recommending it: those of you who would start grammar prep from a book such as Renan Martin, you would be absolutely bored and you're going to quit your preparation. Better English is probably the most interesting book of grammar that's been written. Grammar is tough that ways, right? It's not that interesting a topic. So Better English does an amazing job of making it as interesting as possible. So your one takeaway from the class tonight is that for vocabulary, you can refer to 6 Weeks to Words of Power by Wilfred Funk. I think that would be a new book for majority of you. And Better English by Norman Lewis. If you can, now deliveries are open, so you'll get them from Amazon as well. These are not expensive books, 150 bucks, all of that, right? So not too expensive as well, and good books that you should refer to. These are a good starting point, right? Rahul, please reach out on personal chat with your scorecard. We'll just try to figure it out, right? Guys, before I take your open questions, right? 3 slides, that's all. I'm just giving you a generic set of directions. What is it that you should be doing? It'll take me 5 minutes to complete these 3 slides. So if all of you are up for it, just give me 5 minutes. I will sort it out, right? No, Shrey, Better English is a different book. 30 Days to Better English is based on vocabulary. That is a different book. Better English, the title of the book is only Better English. right? June to August, guys, focus on topic wise reading, list on all the topics of that you wish to read and improve, focus on those. Minimum of 3 articles a day, 3 RCs a day, that is what you should start off with. Between June and August, try to increase it to 4 to 5 a day, right? One section test a week, absolute must that you have to target. We are at May 22nd. Even if you're scared of taking section tests, prepare yourself mentally for the next 10 days. June first week, start taking them. As soon as your mocks, whatever your schedule is, CL time, IMS mocks, whichever ones you're taking, please take those. And for vocabulary, set a daily time limit for your vocabulary inputs. Don't spend a lot of time, but invest a certain minimum amount of time to improve daily, right? June to August, rough parameter. Jasmine, our course has, depending on the plan you buy, 10, 20 or 30 VRC section tests, right? We are putting in a lot of effort this year, wherein we'll give passage analysis videos, video solutions for all the questions. So we are doing all of that for our section tests, right? This year we are creating section tests from scratch. Next is September and October, 3 to 4 articles a day. Practice has to be 4 to 5 RCs a day. This is something you have to do every day. 2 section tests a week. Along with new inputs for vocabulary, keep revising what you've gone through, right? That's the next thing you've got to do. Phase 3 of your preparation. By November, you should be comfortable with reading. You should now target whatever areas you are weak. You're not going to give up even in November, right? And increase your RC practice to 4-5 a day. You can reduce your section test to 1 weekly section test, right? Stop learning new things. This is the time you focus on revision. So this is like a these are simplified guidelines that you can have for your VRC preparation, right? Very simplified guidelines that you can have, and these are going to help you prepare, right? As far as our VRC course is concerned, what do? We take 3 to 4 live lectures a week. So starting next week, we'll have the RC module, where Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 9 p.m. we'll take classes on RCs, all the different aspects of RCs, how to read, basics of reading, all question types. We're going to explain them one by one. We run a feature by the name of Word Pandit Daily Reads. These are 250 sets that we give. We've reached already set number 88, set number 90 today, right? Every set has one RC, one PDF which consists of summaries and words to learn from 4 articles. We give 4 article links every day, Monday to Friday. You'll get 250 such links and 1 passage analysis PDF. In a passage analysis PDF, we tell the tone, structure, primary purpose and main idea of the passage, right? So we try to make sure that you understand that article, how is it structured, right? So we do this activity 250 times. We'll end it on January 1st 2021. So that's till when this is going to continue, right? You get 5 daily reading suggestions from Indian newspapers. So from the newspaper of the previous day, we pick up from Indian Express, Times of India, Hindu, Hindustan Times and Economic Times. We pick 1 article each. We curate these articles for you. So a lot of you have issues where you do not have the time to curate articles. So we do that for you. We curate articles for you, right? And along with this, so this section runs all 7 days a week. 250 daily reads, it runs Monday to Friday. So on a weekly basis, you get something like 55 reading links a week. Even if you finish 4 a day, even if you finish 28 of these, that is awesome amount of reading. Along with these 2 sections of reading, we also have a topic wise reading section. We'll also have events based on politics, philosophy, psychology, sociology, economics. Every possible area you can think of, we'll pick up 20 such areas, give you terms to learn, videos to watch, RCs to solve. Everything is covered for these topics. So this is like hand holding to the next level, right? Where everything that you need to read is completely sorted, right? You get 1000 plus RCs split across different sections, basic RCs for those starting from a lower starting point, Word Pandit RCs, Daily Reads RCs, CAT previous year RCs, we'll be providing them with new questions as well. So we are adding questions to every RC, right, which have featured ever in CAT, right? 200 plus videos were concept videos covering each and every concept, right? For all areas, grammar, reasoning, vocabulary, right? Question banks for all topics. There's a discussion board for the complete course material, tests, videos, etc. Rahul, frankly speaking, 1000 RCs multiplied by 5 averages, 5 questions on average, 5000 questions, frankly not possible to make video solutions for so many questions, and it's not a effective way as well to learn text explanations, right? uh, Section test will have no, there is a genuine constraint actually for making those videos, right? It's going to take years and years. Section test will have video solutions, right? So you get mentored. It's a mentored course, so you will be getting weekly tasks PDF. Will guide you, solve this. There are WhatsApp groups for discussions. Then there are, in addition to this, there are, based on the plan you buy, 10, 20 or 30 CAT VARC section test. This is the basic plan, the premium plan, the ultimate plan. The premium plan has 12 non-CAT section tests. The ultimate plan has 24 non-CAT section tests. All these three plans will have the 6 CAT tests, 2017, 18, 19 as section tests. The ultimate plan will also have previous year 10 discussions, right? These are interactive classes like the one we've had today. These sessions, all these live sessions are interactives, right? Rahul, not a live video analysis. The passage analysis, this is a PDF, right? So this is anyways a lot of content, guys. This is like an insane amount of content, right? So we make sure we read, analyze, put in the hard yards. We give you a lot of content, right? And we make sure that everything is covered for you, from reading to vocabulary. There's going to be a 120-day vocabulary builder course. Then there is also going to be videos for Word Power Made Easy, 6 weeks to Words of Power. We'll give you all the different ways of learning words, events on WhatsApp for vocabulary. So we'll keep you engaged on a daily basis, try to push you to the maximum possible limit. So that is what we do in the course. Along with this, we've also got a GMAT course, right? So GMAT course runs slightly differently. We focus a lot on official GMAT material as well. So in the GMAT course, we focus primarily on sentence correction, critical reasoning and RCs only, and we cover the official guides in the course, right? So we help you solve the official guides, all the official material available, right? That specifically pertains to GMAT, right? Lakshman, no book for parajumbles. Use our course. We've got more than enough practice for that, right? Asta, we'll try to make this a regular weekly feature, where we'll take these free live sessions, or one session every 2 weeks. Yeah, there is a genuine time constraint, but we try to help as much as you can. Sure, Deepika. We already have had a class in the course. Since you are part of the course as well, I'll send you a link to that class, that how is it that you have to analyze VRC section tests. Swati, you should not read the answer options, just read the question stem, so that you have a rough idea that what is being asked in the passage. That is all. Guys, time for your questions. If anyone wants to ask anything, you guys can go ahead and ask your questions now. Right, we are done with the slides. Yeah, without options. Thanks, Rahul. That is very flattering. Since I'm on video, I'm kind of blushing. Thanks a lot. Jasvi, that's actually too broad a question to answer, right? For this session. Right. Great, guys. So you can go to learn.wordpundit.com, right, for greater details of the courses, right? Sumit, try out these different strategies, right? Make sure you try this out in section test, 1 RC, 5 VRC questions, 10 VRC questions, RC first. Try out what works for you. Lakshman, we will have these questions regularly. We'll have these sessions regularly, right? Neha, for the GMAT course, just ping me on WhatsApp. I'll send you, all those of you who want greater details for the courses, I'll send you a course explainer. Just ping me on WhatsApp, right? I will send you the course explainer as well. We'll in fact attach it on the group itself, right? Tariq, your question is how to improve comprehensive reading. I did not quite get that question, right? So if you're looking for, you mean that if you want to improve your comprehension, guy, Tariq, one of the things is just you start practicing RC note making. That is, you note down the subject and the main point of every paragraph you read. Do this for one article a day. Will help you retain more content if that is what you were asking, right? Yes, Shreya, these are going to be 75 such live sessions in the course, right, where we are going to talk about. So for example, very just giving you a basic example, so some of you had questions related to reading, right? So we'll have one specific session just pertaining to reading and what you should be doing in the, right? So we'll have all these different sessions in fact we'll have all these different sessions, right? Or just we have not used it, so I am not aware of it. Garvi, the easiest check is when you solve the questions, your accuracy for the questions should be good, right? So that's the easiest check. Second is, for example, if you're part of our course, you write summaries for articles that you've read and you post it for on the discussion board for us to evaluate. So if you're part of the course, right? So you do that, or irrespective of the fact that whether you join the course or not, if you can collect a couple of your friends, form a group, try to set up some sort of discussion, right, around those articles, that's going to be very, very useful. We've got three different plans, Lakshman. We'll share the 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. Then there's the platinum plan, which has the SAPI course included. That's for 12,500. These are inclusive of 18% GST. So the price includes 18% GST and 2% payment gateway charges, right? So we'll share all these details on the WhatsApp group. SAPI course, I did not get it. Oh, not SAPI, I said SAPI. Essay writing, VAT and PI. So it includes everything, even the second round of preparation. No issues. Probably I said it too fast. Yeah, SA and PI, it became SAPI. Great, guys. So Lakshman, drop me a message, right? We will be releasing a course for CAT 2021. It will work at a completely different pace, obviously, from CAT 2020. So make sure you drop me a message for CAT 2021. We'll create a separate WhatsApp group for that. So as soon as we release the course, we'll notify you. So make sure you drop a WhatsApp message. Give me a second. Let me just copy the number and give it to you. Rahul, we are starting the next batch. So for batch 5, classes start on Monday, right? The RC concept classes. We've had the introduction class for the batch. So the batch 5, it starts from Monday. Concept classes, we've already had the introduction class. So those of you who are planning to join, Monday is going to be a good starting point, right? Because we'll start with the basics of RCs. Gaurav, you'll have to do some research, right? History.com is a good resource. Politics, search for articles on politics, right? So you will have to sit on the internet and search for it. Go to different websites, collect and collate articles. Unfortunately, no standardized sources as such. Yeah, timings will be 9 p.m. today. Neha, we've got one batch running, right, for GMAT as well, right? And Lakshman, tomorrow. So the critical reasoning portion for that batch is done. You will join with the RC portion. Again, the course works in module. So the critical reasoning module is going to come at the end as well. We put up class recordings, Tariq. Great, guys. So I'll just end the recording for the session now.